Hello.
All right, guys, we are back. I'm Janae.
I'm Amanda.
And together we are Girls Go Books Deep. We take deep dives into fantasy and sci-fi content that we all know and love. And we're back. We just took a small little break to grab some more tea, chocolate,
Some shots.
and some shots to celebrate.
Oh, that's yummy.
Yes. See, I told you. Salted caramel crown.
Ooh.
I highly suggest it if you are a drinker. Celebrating this last episode.
You put that in that nitro vanilla Pepsi?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Ooh. Girl, there you go. Sipping on some freshly hot tea. Episode 7. The Thing Lay Still.
Is anybody else I know some of you guys have literally just finished watching. So I'm just
True.
Okay.
Comment if you've watched the episode. We don't give anything away for us. Just comment how you felt about it.
Yeah.
What you think overall, get ready, prepare ourselves, or it was good, but
Are you crazy excited for the next season?
right.
No.
I know some of you guys are excited for our reactions, so it makes me think shit's about to go down in this episode. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. It's 55 minutes long.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, this gets going. Also, since this is the season finale, we have done one episode so far. I've watched season 2 is gonna eat some.
I'm ready now. Okay.
Okay. So, did that?
I was like the sound.
Yeah, I gotta press the. There we go. So wait for a year for the next season.
Hopefully it's already done and they just gotta, get ready to release it. But
no, they tied us over with the witches.
Would you like to join us?
Oh, true. All right, Wally gives us the preview or the recap of last episode. Go ahead. You watched the first episode of
Lovecraft Country.
Let us know if you want us to continue that series. We'll definitely continue that series, post on here, as well as Patreon.
When we recorded it, we had the actual thing running in the background, so we got a warning copyright strike. So that's over on the Patreon. It's not going to be over here, but we can continue them. Still working on the scripts. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And then, like we said before as well, after this, we'll take some time writing and we'll put out a couple of podcasts, but that will be in the future. We are not promising when that will happen.
But apparently there's much to discuss for this episode. I'm excited. Whew, here we go. I love this song so much. I have this song on repeat for no reason all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I love this song.
Janae's brooding in her car on her drive to work.
That's literally what it is.
Question. Can an immortal meet mortality? Technically, yes.
The fucking pose question at the beginning. I also want to make a note. This song that's playing, this is the song in the movie Lestat was playing.
I know.
Yes. When he's talking to Claudia, you've been a very, very
naughty.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That movie.
And there's fire.
Oh, I'm so in the. Oh, shit's happening.
Body with fire and it can house no spirit. Decapitation. He confided that to me one blood-drunken night in Baton Rouge.
Oh.
Theoretically, it
All I can say is Claudia's the MVP.
But could it be done by us to him? Could the children.
I need t-shirts
murder the
with her
father.
face.
We gotta
and
make.
she's
We're
a
gonna
devil
figure
on
out.
the back.
We gonna make t-shirts.
Quicker than us, in possession of ancient
This
powers
is
that have been
a
passed on to
really
his progeny only in a diminished
interesting humanized version
form.
of
Add to the
like
toxic
what's
air, a new, ever-present paranoia. And now you are with us.
This is interesting.
We were compelled
Like, you ever
to
see
sleep in
those
the same
old-
chamber together again.
oh
He would have it no other way.
Huh. Okay.
We would spend our hours enduring with little pretense of getting along,
what?
locked together in hatred.
Hold on. I gotta rewind this. I'm like so
Yeah,
distracted,
sorry.
guys. Sorry. I'm reading your comments. Yes, everybody's down for Claudia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because I like that. Okay, what was that? I keep wanting to say laudanum because in the fucking movie she makes him drink laudanum, but that's the damn green drink that people used to drink back in the day that would make them slightly hallucinate, and it was I can't think of the word.
Abstinent.
Absinthe. You know how
Yeah.
they set the absinthe up with the little ice cube
And they
I
set
mean
it
the
on
sugar
fire.
cube,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I don't think they set it on fire. It just slowly drips over the sugar cube and slowly mixes in the cup over time. So the whole thing is you would sit in these little cafes and they would have this whole contraption set up with the glasses underneath, and it would slowly drip. And then you'd have your thing, and then everybody would be drinking and shit. And this just makes me think of like it is just a whiskey like decanter that they're dripping his blood into, but it just the way it's set up and he's just slowly dripping into it
reminds you of that.
reminds me of that slow drip, like absinthe in a cafe
Everybody's
kind
fucking
of
zoned
thing.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's French.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
Like little things like
Yep.
He
Yeah.
was stronger than us, quicker than us, in possession of ancient powers that have been passed on to his progeny only in a diminished form.
mm-hmm.
Add to the toxic air a new, ever-present paranoia. And now you are with us. We were compelled to sleep in the same chamber together again. He would have it no other way. We would spend our hours enduring with little pretense of getting along, locked together in hatred. He would have it no other way. Our only opportunity to plot would be telepathically. Then Claudia, for reasons she would not yet divulge, used our advantage sparingly.
Knowledge is the ocean's edge. You think it could somehow be gathered by a mere 20 volumes?
But make no mistake, Claudia was plotting, quiet in her dear blind.
A relic before it's even gone to the print shop.
That's funny. He has a point.
There's 3 of us. You must provide for them.
I've had my fill.
Louis never honored the blood as he should.
I'm the teacher, not the student. Let's start the Leoncourt. 179 years in the savage gardens. 148 years the blood drinker. The bringer of death. The deer come up the trail.
Another approach is.
It's you.
Are
You the new postman.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Come to deliver letters of salvation.
I did not mean to disturb.
This is a private house, and we find it disturbing when things are abandoned on our doorstep.
You misunderstand. I'm an admirer. I've come seeking help.
Well, you came to the wrong house.
They say that Satan lives in this house. But I'll say different. I'll say angels. Angels live at 1132.
Does anyone know your king?
Oh, no.
No one. I swear. I live alone. Over on Ursuline. I'm your neighbor.
Los in St. Peter our regards.
Dear sirs and madam,
Cancer of the bladder.
what is your secret? Can it be shared? I have the means to pay you. I'm dying. The medications aren't taken.
Enough! Two in one
Wow.
night. Dolls, Bibles, letters become torches and pitchforks.
We gotta leave.
We have to leave this place.
And left.
We have to leave New Orleans. Clean up the rest and come to Coppin. We have plans to make.
There were plans to make. But the architect of those plans was Claudia. Right. Cold, calculating, on mission. I interrupted. Sorry. I got caught up in it. You were saying.
The casting did a fantastic job finding a person that was young, that was just like him.
Oh, yeah.
I have a plan, and it's gonna take both of us.
Maybe start by telling me the plan.
You share a coffin with him.
I don't talk in my sleep.
You share a heart with him.
I can cut it off.
No,
Okay.
you can't. Spend an hour alone with him and you're breathing and sing together. The plan only works if he's distracted.
I can pretend.
Yeah.
I have to see this woman, Lily, just to keep appearances.
No. It'll only work if you give in. Give him all your heart and I'll do the rest.
I can't do that. I'll lose myself in her.
Leave a little shelf inside there for me. I'll jump back in and pull you out before I kill him. Can you do that for us, Ruby?
Oh, man. That's not.
Really?
Like, I get what she's trying
That's
to do.
dangerous,
But that's
Lee.
very dangerous.
I can do it.
It's best to travel light, I think. Reduce our valuables to a few trunks each.
What about Greece?
One shot.
Cradle
Like,
of
I
Western
could do
civilization.
Sun worshippers, hot springs. Those who must be killed.
What was that?
Nothing. If we know Italians, they'll be in Santorini with their guns out by the end of the year. Now we must follow the geese to Buenos Aires.
Back. Always back to back.
Bach is beyond you.
Yes, the music of a master race is not made for these mongrel ears.
You irritate me. Your very presence irritates me.
I came to make peace with you, Uncle Les.
Now it's uncle?
Sister, daughter, infant, dead. He must think me an idiot.
Could you two please?
Musique française pour les mères françaises.
100%. That's why she's planning it the way that she's planning it, because there's no way in hell that Lestat's not gonna hear his heart, not gonna notice every
Little.
minute muscle twitch. Especially when you know someone you've slept next to,
I have a present for you, Lestat. An idea.
An idea of yours. It must be a small gift, then.
A weak man slips a letter under his door and the glorious vampire Lestat runs like a rat to his home.
It's not fear but wisdom that guides our departure. It's heroic that we've lasted as long as we have.
Agreed, but shouldn't we leave on our own terms? Shouldn't we mock the city like we mock our victim?
You have something in mind, obviously.
Do nothing different. Settle our affairs, prepare to leave, but on our last night, fruit pie.
Raya's sister. No one's coming to a party thrown by freaks.
Precisely.
It's in the dying man's letter. They want to know our secret. They think we've got the fountain of youth in here. They don't know. They're the fountain.
So fucking smart.
What a needful idea.
I guess you're right. You're just a thought.
Please, Louis. Please.
They have such a strange relationship to be like literally loathing each other and yet so beautifully in sync with the music that they're playing together, and they read it and they play it. Louis the Page. My God,
Like I love relationships like this because they hate each other so much, but they're so alike that if they ever got on the same page, you know they fucking shit up.
diabolical. Like,
oh, the potential. It's literally like we are just thriving off the potential of what if. What if? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yep.
what if he wasn't a psychopath and they could literally just live with Louis and let Louis do his thing at home and be cute and eat like pigeons and read books, and they would just like literally go traveling the world and hunting together, the two of them, and they would be like fucking oh my God.
Oh my God.
If they would just be cool. Like,
oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
If he could just not be fucking crazy.
Yes.
Please, Louis.
I love him. It's like we hate him, but we love him for all of this hate.
Well-dressed tyrants. Where have I seen that before?
This idea of yours, what kind of a party did you imagine?
A ball. A lavish, decadent ball.
This man.
To what end?
Yeah, they would be unstoppable.
You invite the most
Exactly.
beautiful, the most gluttonous. Seduce a choice few for a feast to remember.
Buenos Aires as fast as we can.
Demigod Adolf Hitler. Barf.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
That was really funny.
This, like, it's hilarious, but it calls me back to freaking Multiverse of Madness. And when, oh my God, why did I just forget his name? His last name is Campbell. Bruce Campbell is there. He's the pizza guy. He's like, she stole my pizza, whatever. And he just starts hitting himself. Oh my God.
The pizza balls.
Yes. And the ongoing, yeah, sorry. I just had a moment. I had a moment.
I want him suspicious. I welcome it.
You're gonna try to kill him at this party?
There's no trying. Mardi Gras is early this year. February 6th. Say it's ridiculous.
That's not how it works. They plan Mardi Gras balls a year out, sometimes years in advance.
Everyone in costume, everyone drinking. Chaos in the streets for an easy escape.
It's not worth the risk.
You gorge yourself and then be out. Like,
Right.
Although, if we starved ourselves for a night or several nights prior, the hunger would be transcendent.
A meal fit for a king.
He's like, how can I turn this into a tantric experience?
Yeah.
You want the Mr. or the Mrs.?
Okay.
No, nobody noticed.
Being weird.
King.
We're getting out, Tom.
Hold on, I'll find it. She needs a moment.
That was so funny. I'm sorry. We're trying to hide. We're trying to be low key. Nobody knows I'm a vampire, even though I haven't aged past 14 in the last 40 fucking years. We haven't moved ever. Let me leap off this fucking balcony to go get some.
First of all, she didn't leap off like this. She
other world that shit. She looked like Celine was going on.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Was there a lichen down there that you needed to go kill? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, when he didn't resurrect Charlie, yeah, it was all over from there. That's when she was like, nah, bro, I can't deal with this.
What are you talking about?
The guy she was falling in love with.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He can't resurrect people. And he was already too far gone. You take people to the edge of death when you're about to change them. You can't completely kill them. That's the only thing. I mean, like, still, he probably wouldn't have done it anyways. But the mere fact is that it was already too late. She had already, like, completely killed him. And you can't turn them into a vampire at that point.
Was that episode when y'all said Lestat didn't make Claudia out of love, except he did. He made her out of love, his love for Louis.
Yeah, but it's different because you love Louis. You're attracted to Louis. You're like creating this amazing bond with Louis. It's like a wedding ceremony and a wedding night and having a child and everything like that, where you think of it as a, not to say that men don't have a fucking bond with their child. They absolutely do, 100%. But some men find it easier to fucking just, oh, you're pregnant? Peace. And then you never hear from them again. So, like, can some men have a child without a bond? Absolutely. That's what it's being compared to. And that's what I think, at least.
Let's see what you say. Did y'all watch the ones who must be kept tease when Louis said they should go to? Yeah, we're watching that. I'm pretty sure this is the episode,
like he
right?
said that earlier.
Yeah. But he said, what
the ones who must be kept. And he said, they said something. Oh, yeah.
There's something there.
I heard that, but I didn't.
No, I heard it, and I was like,
That's the thing that I go, ooh, on the rewatch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I heard it, but yeah.
Her child like mine couldn't understand that. She was like a child who got told no, she couldn't have. Yes, she was. 100%. Yeah. Agreed.
Yep. He has. Wait, what?
Yep, he has so many secrets. Lord Lestat.
No, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I'm trying not to be too spoilery for next season, or possibly even, like, because if next season is the second half of this book, then the stuff about Lestat and how he got to be so powerful wouldn't be until like 2-3 seasons down the line, right?
Possibly. The way it seems like they're about to do this season, where we're going to end it, second season, they might pick it up from where they left off. I don't know if they're going to blend the two books. I mean, they could definitely blend the two books. I think it was the lack of empathy that made Claudia resent Lestat. Yeah.
100%.
I think it would be interesting if they did blend both books together into just the interview with the vampire. I think that would be interesting.
Oh, like if he leaves him,
so like they kill him, and then they give us the whole
other side of this story.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I think
because what if he becomes the musician and starts becoming big name, and then he goes to do his interview? It would make sense because he does bigger people's interviews now.
Yeah. It would be very, very interesting.
You could keep the name Interview with the Vampire, and then after that, you would name it something else. They already did when Lestat talked about Magnus. No. I'm not talking about that. Magnus is how he was created. That's not how he got all of his powers. That's what I'm trying not to spoil. That's what he's talking about, those who must be kept. There's a reason why he can fly. There's a reason why he knows so much, but he's not talking about it. There's a reason why he can read miles from a great distance. Like, he's so much more powerful, even though he's really not that old. He's not even 200 years old at this point. Like, that's no big deal. He's acting like Claudia's a licking at whatever. Like, you are nothing compared to half the other vampires in the fucking world. But we don't know that because that's this perspective. The thing is that there's other reasons, but I'm not going to talk about that.
We're trying to be better with the spoilers, guys.
Yeah,
but that's only in the Vampire Lestat, so they are blending the books.
Yeah.
Fair point, yeah.
Yeah, he mentions that, but that's what I'm saying.
See.
Like, they could start the story about Lestat's life.
Well, that's what I think
later into the book. Yeah.
That's what I think they're getting to. Like, they're already
they're already talking about it now.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's what we were basically saying in the last video in the last episode.
All right, let's continue.
But you just got here. Seeing as it's been 17 years since we've spoken, what makes you think I give a corn-peppered shit?
We'd like to engage your services, Mr. Anderson.
We want to throw a Mardi Gras ball.
Pay our respects to society before moving on. Where to start? One, not in the party planning business. Two, it's January. You're a little bit behind the gun. And three.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the same Lestat.
This is me and two-tone daddies.
This is all Lestat from Louis' perspective.
Can you
the rest
tell
of
me,
it is
little
going to be
girl,
Lestat from
Lestat's
perspective. So it's going to be very different.
You didn't have that funny X on your face back then.
I mean, this is all good and sufficiently creepy. What do you want?
I want to be Raj,
King of Mardi Gras.
Him?
We know you're on the committee.
The committee of Raj is a secret and sacred group of citizens bound by honor and tradition.
Get us a price, get it back to us.
These things are planned years in advance. Louis, you're a native.
You've expanded your export business, shipping coffins from port back to Europe.
Shipping and manufacturing. Double dip. Good margin. Product in high demand.
You lost one of your ships recently.
A torpedo in the rear from one of the Fritz's U-boats.
Would you like a new one?
They got that money.
Just one question before I attempt your no doubt humiliating and reputation destroying ask. Where do you meet the devil? And what are the terms of the agreement?
100%. Serious and honest in this moment.
Oh, yeah. And I love that Louis only replied with a smile.
The crew of Raj had been 3 years in planning their Mardi Gras theme, and they abandoned it within a week once the Parisian law firm of Roger and Albert had transatlantically wired their brides.
We'll just hold on for this, Roger.
Yeah.
In Mississippi, money flooded the town. Unavailable vendors became available, and the gossip that followed broke through the levees. The weird brothers.
It looks just like the thing that they wore in that movie. Not that doesn't.
And the paper ticket to the event was a brick of gold for the insatiably curious.
I've charged us a plane to Havana, 3 cabins on the SS Dundee from Havana to Rio, and 2 sleeper cars from Rio to Darena del Plata.
It looks like a combination.
Well, sir, we no longer
the
want to
two
make
things,
sense.
like the
We'll
woman
leave the
who was
rest to
throwing
the
the party with the fancy
Only
young
trunks
boy
of
standing
the
next to her. It's like a combination of their 2 costumes mixed together for his.
It was a masterful month of preparation.
You aimed at the navel, seduced the seducer.
By the time we began our fasting, The stop would have told you the entire endeavor had been his idea to begin with.
What is it? Yeah.
He's
Yes.
so distracted.
We'll go without the blood for 3 nights preceding the ball.
At the ball, Ruby and I will be following you, leave it out.
Maybe pluck 1 or 2 for ourselves. I'll ask them if they want to be young forever.
And if they say yes, we'll pin them with one of these.
Perfection.
We'll invite them to our home. We will lock the doors, shutter the windows, and
And let the flesh instruct the mind.
Let the flesh instruct the mind.
let the flesh instruct the mind.
So fire, behead the bastard.
She wouldn't tell me at the time, as I was slipping back into old feelings as she said I would.
Very distracted by him.
Yeah.
Poison the bait was the game. Make it
So
appear that the
distracted by
flesh was
him.
drunk,
Wouldn't you
but
be?
in fact,
I would be.
those veins were swollen with a paralyzing bruise of laudanum and arsenic. Claudia could taste her freedom, suffered the hunger of the cold joy matched only by the sun-hot ego of the vampire king.
That so reminds me of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet for some odd reason.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god. Only Lestat.
The ball that followed was
Only Lestat.
an extravagant waste of money.
That's very
While
much
the
like
Scots protest on the
the
floats drove away most every
when they-
member of the Raj Committee.
go to Paris
There
and
was
see them
plenty
on
of
stage
things
and it's
to
like
choose
fake
from.
blood squirting out.
Yeah.
The blood was everywhere. The veins and arteries of a few hundred hearts, ringing out like air raid sirens, drowning out the rhythm section of the hired band. I followed Claudia's lead as best I could, scouting the rooms for varietals or death.
Pause.
Wait.
It's like, how did they realize this is the family they could have been the last 20 years? They could have been them whipping
The
the
slate clean
or
and
wiping the
starting
slate
over.
clean.
Because
Yeah.
that's not always the easiest thing to do.
Mm-mm. Especially when they, like, you might have forgiven the person for what they did and they still continuously keep doing it.
They apologize and they say they'll change, but the change
But their
only
behavior
lasts for
never
about
changes.
a month.
Yeah.
And then it slowly slips back into who they really are.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No.
I
Oh
can't
my
even
God.
lie. I know he did.
Oh my God.
I love the very androgynous blending of the male and female in the outfit. I love it. And then he's just like, kill the baby. Ah! Like,
Is that energy we all need sometimes? Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
listen,
It's like-
that is your Scorpio friend who's really bad, who most of the time you're like, this bitch is crazy.
It's
But once in a while, oh my God, is it fun to go out with her and just go
Yeah.
fucking crazy?
no, it's like this comment reminds me of this whole villain era everybody's having. And I'm like, forget villain era. I want a Lestat era. Like that's a whole different vibe.
Emo horse.
Would you like to know the secret of immortality?
Well, of course, my dear. Who wouldn't?
Good seeing you out of uniform, Chief Bardeen.
I think you've mistaken me.
Pardon me, I saw your mask in the bathroom.
And I won't deny, won't confirm.
You are a man who appreciates power.
Tell me more, Mr. Dulac.
You have been missed in the lower garden, Mr. Leon. We heard you've been ill all these years.
Pardon me, madame. Is there a history between us?
The Women's Opera Society, Britannia Street. Well, it has been over a decade.
Of course, yes.
You don't appear ill.
Oh my God, the way he's walking right now, I can't.
He's feeling himself.
Oh,
Everything
it's
about
like
it.
he's floating on clouds.
That would be me. And that was my late husband giving the lecture.
And did he talk himself to death?
Your Majesty.
Look at this thing on the table
I'd like
back
to
here to
introduce
look like
you
an
to the
octopus.
Bale brothers.
Yeah.
Matthew and his brother Mark.
Twins.
And where are Luke and John? Is there rosemary in your garden?
Yeah. Just below the porch. Our mother planted a whole bush for this past summer.
Oh, you've been marinated.
Would you excuse me?
A cascade of feelings came over me as I watched him sponge up.
Uh-oh. Ah, shit.
I wanted him dead. I wanted him all to myself. The fasting was a mistake. I wasn't thinking clearly.
The music in this moment.
Something was off.
You miserable dogs.
No.
What about a dog?
What dog?
You just said something about a dog.
I said no such thing.
Guys.
There's no one.
You just
Guys.
You heard what I said just now, didn't you? It's the dome. The architect that built this place made the U.S. Capitol. He made it so you could hear the sniping and whatnot across the way. Calls it a whispering gallery. Of course. Now you heard me over the band.
Yes.
Gotta be one of those Christian hero, fag, pederast, satanic trio got in your pocket. A hell of a party!
Do you know the secret to immortality?
You never get married.
It's a good joke. Now that you have your boat, don't you want more?
Wait, who is this?
Who is this? Exactly. Who is that?
Who?
King's hair is
Yes,
I was waiting for that person to turn around.
Was that a witticism from the Duke of Gloom himself?
Hunger's got me lightheaded.
Is he having a moment?
There's not an inch of this city that wasn't built from the fierce wilderness that surrounds it. Hurricanes, floods, fevers. The damp climate on every painted sign, every stone facade.
Oh, he's having a moment.
High windows, through which enamel bits of civilization glitter. Silhouettes emerging, wandering out to catch a silent flash of light. The sucky warmth of summer rain. Desperately alive. And desperately fragile.
We always watch with closed captioning on. Always.
The hunger has me too, it seems.
Boutonnieres have all been given out. ready when you are.
Last dance before the feast.
I'd like that. I'd like that very much. So much would be written about that grim night in New Orleans, but not a single mention of our last hour with the Troves. As if the only crime unfit to print took place on that dance floor.
You know, they could talk some shit in the corners.
Yeah, everyone's like,
what? Like, y'all didn't already know.
it's one thing.
I know, but still,
and then
come
it's
on, y'all
another.
came to the
But
house.
That's the same.
Y'all came to their house. This is what you wanted anyway. You wanted to know, and now you know.
Fuck subtext.
Yeah.
I love
It
I don't
was
like
my
that he
sole
still has
duty
his
to
wig off. I
distract
feel like
this
he should
time.
take his wig off.
But in his mirrored eyes, the distraction reflected back on him.
It is.
And in the dead center of the whispering gallery, I lost the thread to my plotting and fell once more into the well with no bottom.
After that soliloquy on the balcony.
I
know, yeah.
I'm like,
It's like
this
you
is
remember why. Okay, so that's yeah, y'all can talk about that.
May I finish this dance?
If you'll have your sister.
She knew. She's like, okay, I gotta get in here.
Too late. I've done it already.
Wait, who?
Just now, one of the twins. He'll be dead on his feet in an hour. Wake up!
Tom laughing in the background. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Tom's my homie. It's like he knows stuff is happening, but
It's one of those where it's like you don't know how to react, so you just burst out laughing. Like I'm very much like that. When I don't know what to do, when I'm nervous, when I'm not nervous, I just laugh at literally everything. So I'm
I feel like Tom
not that
is
I would be
down
laughing
for
at them, but
whatever.
like yeah.
Do it, Rem.
About to binge the whole thing today. Oh.
He met a Jewish converso who told him he was in possession of the Book of Abraham and the Mage.
We're all pretty drunk here, Lestat.
The bookseller dedicated the rest of his life to reproducing the alchemy within that book, and one in particular sits before you all now.
That's what's in the punch bowl?
Amretra, Shasmai Kausa,
Yeah.
Philosopher's Stone.
Tom is a loose stat stand, right? Exactly. He's like, I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
As a young man,
He's like, I knew it.
I recently passed its powers to my friends here.
Claudia, born 1903. I drank the water in 1917. I'm 36 years old.
Louis de Poindolac, born in 1878. I drank of the water in 1910.
I've been waiting for it to finish so I can just
I'm
rewatch the whole
61
thing
years
again.
old now.
Le Stark de Lioncourt, born 1760. I drank the waters in 1794. 180 years old. This coming November.
Yeah, later.
Tom's like, I want it. I want it.
Bucket's got a whole
He is so drunk.
Not for a long time.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
See, everyone's like, oh, don't pressure him, but like, he hasn't done it in so long, and he takes 3 days to not eat at all. He's the first one ripping shit off of the person. So, I mean, like.
Smile on Claudia's face. Woo! He's like, okay. Why you gonna die?
Up in flames.
Oh, of course. And of course, nobody can hear you.
Because it's Mardi Gras. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. Yeah, That's appropriate.
Oh dear. You broke up the pair.
I know you wanted them both, but Louis couldn't resist.
I'm sorry, my love. I saved one of them for you.
Did you? How generous of you.
I'm sorry. What? Who you just let in?
Quite drunk, this one.
So you say passed out from fear. Yeah.
Rosemary. And something else. What is it, my love?
I think it's the gin.
I wasn't talking to you.
Laudanum.
Oh!
Arsenic.
Yeah, laudanum is arsenic-laced opium.
She was at the ball tonight. Like one of those girls on the telephone switchboard. Eavesdropping in on things that she shouldn't.
See, this is too late. I've done it already.
Who?
When?
Who?
Just now. One of the twins. He'll be dead on his feet in an hour.
She should never have been made, Louis. Look what you did to us. She's corrupted everything. Antoinette will be much more agreeable to our life together.
She fucking knew. She fucking knew. She fucking knew. Come on now. 5 steps ahead, bitch. 5 steps ahead. Fuck her up. Fuck her up.
Iron through the heart. She's reading. Or at least pinned her down. Queen Claudia. I know.
You must think me an idiot. She was at the ball tonight. Not just the ball. Laudanum and arsenic.
You're gonna try to kill him at this party?
There's no trying. I have a plan, and it's gonna take both of us. Train's leaving in.
I was gonna say that's how he knew about that.
Yep.
You should have let that train go, Uncle Wes.
Oh,
Hold you him. Oh, the best nights with you, Uncle Les.
yeah. Yeah.
Have your goodbye.
Hold on. Oh my God.
What happened with the camera? Why is the camera out of?
I don't know.
Look. Louis. Louis.
Oh wow.
Oh, you're joining me. Look, where did you get to see what it is real? It's real.
Oh God.
I have loved you with all my soul.
Camera. How is it? The
I'm
connection
happy
is
with
with
you.
people.
You're with me.
The blood poured out of him as it might never pour from a human being. All the blood he had filled himself with, he lay now on his back, his eyes staring wildly at the ceiling, the irises dancing from side to side.
Who set to force him? Oh, what is she writing down right now? Oh my God.
Mets-moi dans mon sourcil. Louis, Louis.
Put me in my coffin, Louis, Louis.
His irises rolled to the top of his head. The whites of his eyes went dim.
To record his last words.
His
Claudia is exactly the girl she thinks he is. Yeah.
I stared helplessly at it.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks super blurry on our end. Sorry.
There was no point in lingering. The house
Yeah, that's what y'all
royale
think.
would soon become the focus of all too many questions.
no one's gonna smell that.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
For the very last time in New Orleans, we followed our training and cleaned up the evidence of our most elaborate kill. Well, almost.
Oh my god.
We need to burn them. I've killed so many. Just knowing that.
I don't know if I can. It's a lonely man. Like he's one of them. It was as if we'd expected Lestat to disappear in a puff of smoke or get sucked back into hell.
So what did you do with it?
We wrapped him in a carpet. We threw him in a trunk and left him out with the garbage. We got in our car and drove away, headed straight for the port.
The boat for Havana.
Another boat, a merchant vessel, newly christened and headed for Europe.
The boat you bought Anderson. A shipload of coffins for cargo.
And the other couple of stowaways, ready to begin the adventure of our lives.
Well, isn't that neat and tidy?
There was a ship. We did get on it.
Yeah, I read that, the first 50 pages. Not exactly the adventure of our lives feeling I'm feeling.
It was a traumatic escape.
Yeah, but she didn't say that explicitly. I mean, maybe in some of the pages that got torn out. Well, not torn out exactly, more like with a ruler, but there's a feeling that she hated your guts there for a while. Why is that?
I was haunted by my brother's death, by the abandonment of my sister, by the murder of Lestat.
Murder? What murder?
Seriously.
It was an act of mercy.
What?
You didn't kill Lestat. You spared him out of some fucked up idea you had about love.
Love. I bled him like a pig.
And you would have put him in the fire, but you didn't.
Point blank by an alderman. You were dropped 1,000 feet and survived. You torched Antoinette just to make sure.
Yep.
Where does the trash go, Louis?
Tell him, Daniel. Tell him. Tell him.
You take the trash down to the street, and some guys show up in a truck, and they throw it in the back, and then they drive it out to the middle of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's go, Daniel.
They take the trash to the dump.
Exactly.
And having lived 2 blocks away from the dump just outside of Fishkill, New York, with my first wife, I can state with authority what else you'll find there. Rats. Big fucking rats, the size of Kevin Durant's sneakers.
True.
Them to bring back the dead, especially one in a trunk with locks on the inside.
Uh-huh.
You knew it, Louis. You had to. The biggest rat.
Ooh, look at his face.
The session is over.
He's not the same addict.
Sit
from
your
the
ass down.
70s. Exactly.
How many names are there for Allah?
355 and 99.
Why does a 200-pound bouncer pass out after he sucks him off? And you, a wet t-shirt away from 130, doesn't even blink.
I couldn't burn him.
But Claudia could.
No, she couldn't.
She stuck a pen in his neck. She recorded his last words in his own blood.
Yeah.
The girl did not have a fucking problem tossing him on the grill.
That's right.
The sun's coming up.
No.
We have to burn it.
No.
It's the only way we'll know.
No! I said no!
Was it raining, Louis?
She couldn't burn him.
You cursed her into the darkness. You chose Lestat over her time and time again. You don't need a memoir, Louis. You need 100 sessions of EMDR. You know the shit the soldiers threw when their platoon buddies get blown up in front of them?
Oh, yeah.
Half the story.
Stop.
144 years of life, and you're still Louis the pimp, paying a whore to sit in a room and talk with you. Because why? You got some story you want to tell the whole world about yourself?
When you hear it, you'll be ashamed. Ashamed of what you say to him now.
Stop, Rashid.
$10 million. That's my whore number. Career's been over for years. Legacy? That's for board members and assholes.
He's
and
doing
loafers.
this to punish
My
himself.
daughters aren't
Yes,
speaking to me
exactly.
anymore, so at least it can leave him some cash. But an honest reckoning? No. This is the same shit that happened in San Francisco.
Not exactly.
How's it?
What the fuck is Rashid? Elevated, what the fuck?
I won't save your life. Louis can sometimes act out. I protect him from himself. Always have.
Oh,
Stopped him that night in San Francisco.
You were there.
You don't remember, do you?
No, I don't remember.
Yes.
What was that you said about memory?
Uh-huh.
A monster? Was it?
I saw you standing in the sun.
As we age, the sun loses its power over
yes! Yes!
Oh! Oh!
I'm sorry.
Oh! Bitch!
I'd like you to meet.
Since the first interview, guys, interview with the vampire part 1. Oh shit!
Screaming!
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Okay,
Oh.
sorry. Okay. From the fucking first episode, I'm like, I think that's Armand. I swear to God. Me holding him hostage.
That was the best reveal of all time. I'm sorry. I was like, you kind of know, but you like, maybe.
I mean, save my boy. No, it's true. I mean, whew.
I'm all hyped up now.
We could say he has a type. All right?
Yeah.
He has a type, the type of man that he's into. And it not necessarily looks. You know, Armand fucked with Louis' memories.
Ooh. Which, okay, hold on. We're gonna, hold on. Pause.
See, I never really looked at Armand like a fucking clear-ass villain. I honestly didn't. Has anybody read his book?
But think about this.
Like, are you talking about the Armand from the movie? Or are you talking about the vampire Armand from the books? Two very, very, very different vampires that we're talking about.
Let me ask you this question. Just because you don't see him as a villain doesn't mean that he's a villain in somebody's story.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
that's
he could
Lestat. That's Lestat.
Yeah, but Lestat doesn't see himself as a villain. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
So,
No,
like...
right. But not everybody would view Lestat as a villain later on in his story. You know what I'm
Sure,
saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh.
When
But-
Leah was crying over Lestat's dead body. Oh my God, I know. Yes, baby.
Can I play with your high heels?
Sure.
But it's so funny because I think I would, oh my God, yeah, that would be very interesting if it was, yeah.
Because,
Oh my God.
okay. And he hates
Whew.
Lestat with a passion, so why was he putting up with the storytelling?
Ulterior motives makes you do interesting things.
I mean, they're not sticking 100% to the books, clearly. Right.
But I like what they're doing.
They're doing a very interesting
God.
interpretation of books.
Right.
So, I mean, just looking at it from a different perspective, like say your current significant other went through a traumatic relationship in their past and they want to talk about it, that they have talk about the thing with someone that they've already talked about it with, but they want to have a conversation with them to correct things that they talked about before. I mean, I personally wouldn't be upset about that. I don't know. This is a really interesting way to introduce the vampire Armand.
I'm having so many feelings. I don't know what to do right now, guys. Sorry.
Right. So, okay. So Daniel's in a dangerous situation that he was not aware of on purpose. Like, yeah.
But like I do think he had like an inkling, like something's going on, something's not right, because he's been kind of like eyeing him the whole time.
Yeah.
And when he finally put it together, it was like, but who is this though?
Right.
Whew.
Let me see. I'm scared to just hit the what's it called?
Yeah.
I want to clear this up so that things will. I'm scared. Okay, so also Louis never tells Lestat he loves him.
Yeah, that was my point earlier. He never says it, but which is interesting, and it almost kind of plays to like, what if Armand is messing with his memories? Because Armand would like, when you look, you don't want like you know people before. There are people before you when you've been in a relationship, and you know that. Obviously, you've dated people before,
yeah,
whatever.
But if you're a petty person,
I don't want to know that you love that person.
I don't want you to think of them in a positive light.
Yeah.
I want you to think of me
Fuck them.
Better than that.
They ain't here. I'm here.
Right. Louis is never in his life calling that man the love of his life. Like,
let's be real.
Especially with what he did, so he was definitely messed with his memories.
His memories are not consistent, because there are moments when, like you said, he says that Lestat was the love of his life, but you never hear him say, I love you to him.
And now he's saying Armand is the love of his life, which, not okay. So like, we need to look at Louis exactly who he is, because Louis is a sad boy. Louis is that sad boy who is in love, but is never fully like happy.
I can't wait to rewatch this for the actual deep dive, because I feel like there's a lot of inconsistencies, and once I rewatch it, I'll be able to find
way
it,
more sense.
And I could point them out, because then that's gonna let us know 100%. If you, for those of you who rewatched it, it definitely is going to hit differently, because we were watching it and you're able to continue each episode into the next. Let me know if there's something that's a little different rewatching it now that you've seen it, and you can look for other things that shows the inconsistencies of him recounting the events. Because I definitely think that they're there, but we're seeing it for the first time, so we can't actually see the little drops of like, something's not right here. Something's not right here.
But which is why I love the fact that they take the time to mention that memory is infallible. Memory isn't perfect. And it doesn't matter that you're a vampire or not. Remembering something, true, your emotions affect how you perceive things. So just that you're perceiving it one way doesn't mean that that's exactly how it went down. And then you add 100 years to recalling it. You know, like AMC's Armand always interrupts the interview. I feel like he knows too much about Louis' stories.
Yeah.
You can look at it as being protective, but you can look at it as being overprotective at the same time, like in a controlling manner. So
true, but I also,
if you're controlling though, would you let him do this?
Yes, in a way, because there's ways to be controlling and allowing somebody to do something, and you're still in control.
Because you're allowing it.
I mean, think about it. Lestat, literally this whole season, Lestat being in control and still allowing things to happen, so that it makes it seem like you think that you're in.
Yeah, making it like it's your idea.
Right.
When Louis admitted removed the pages from Claudia's diary, it was messy and torn. No, actually, from the first time we see it, it looks like it's always been sliced out. I noticed that from the beginning, but the pages that were removed following Lestat's death were removed cleanly.
Yeah.
I see. They were two. Yes. Okay. Right. I remember the other one. Yeah.
So it makes me question who ripped those pages out.
I see where, okay, so people think he messed with the memories because clearly Louis, in an emotional moment, ripped those pages out because he doesn't ever want to think about his daughter being violated. But then you can look at it as Armand slicing out the papers of her talking about Louis always choosing Lestat. Okay, okay. Yeah. How do we know Louis never told Lestat he loved him if Armand is in fact editing Louis' memories? I mean, still, that's just a theory, but you have a good point.
But if what the last comment points out, which also Daniel points out, is he doesn't seem aware that some things have changed in his memory recall. And he's not questioning the change. Like, just when you're in a toxic or abusive relationship and you have that one friend and they're constantly like questioning things, but you're like, no.
Or like when you do it to your parent, your parent swears up and down something went like that, and you're like, that's not it.
Like, why are you not? There's something obviously wrong here, and it isn't until the end where he keeps hammering, and then it's like, okay, this is who this is, whatever. I think it's the same thing. It's like he's so in love with this person, he's not questioning, which in the show we see this is his whole behavior. He doesn't question until somebody brings up the question and is like, no, fucking look at this.
Forces him, exactly, yeah.
To see it. So, and even then, like, you see he's obviously starts to break, so he goes to the tree. He's trying to ground himself because he doesn't want to think, because it probably hurts so much. Probably is going to send him into a spiral. And
he's grounding himself. You're right.
Yeah. So he's becoming untethered, but Armand is there to keep him tethered, which is a whole nother toxic thing.
Well, also, I mean, think about it. If you've been in a relationship with someone who gets into very, very deep depressions, you could become untethered in that sort of way, where you don't see things the way they are because you have such an altered way of looking at them because of your depression. So sometimes you need that person who's willing to stick around, help you get out of bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can understand.
Or you just can't. You honestly can't deal, and instead of trying to find a healthy way to deal, you rely on this person.
This is Roland kind of hints it in the after the episode discussion.
Yeah, we haven't got there. I had to pause it because I was going to go into some stuff, and we've already started rolling.
Hates Lestat and caused Claudia's death. So why? I mean, spoiler alert, but like, that's by law in the book. So I wonder how they're going to do. Like, Louis in the books would never stay with Armand this long.
I mean, they're altering the timeline slightly, or it just seems like they're altering because they are jumping a lot.
I have to double check. I'm gonna look because I do know that Louis and Armand do eventually end up being in a relationship. But wait, no, I think Armand actually ends up being in a relationship with Daniel Malloy. But they're changing that part. So
who says that they changed it? Because remember, Daniel didn't remember.
Okay. All right. Like, okay. We all thought Claudia was over exaggerating in her diaries just for her to be the most reliable narrator at the moment.
Word.
Thank you.
Word.
Exactly. I could believe he was omitting how much Louis may or may not have shown affection to Lestat out of jealousy, erasing him in that way. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So Armand was completely manipulated this interview into being. He's the one who made it happen. Daniel brings the journalist that he is going to be mortified and insulted that this has been a trap from the jump. I'm scared for Daniel.
I am, but it is interesting because it could be a way that Armand is trying to get Louis to deal
with his past trauma. Yeah, okay, that could.
But also in a way for him to also, if he is manipulating Louis, to also dig deeper to see what he needs to manipulate.
Unless there's a side, there's a subplot of like a conspiracy trying to get the vampire nation to become more public, because that's what they're talking about with releasing a book. That's what in the books that's Lestat makes a band and it's called like the Vampires and shit like that, and he makes songs about vampires, and it's this whole thing about making it so that the vampire like race is no longer a hidden race.
Right.
So maybe that's the plot from the fucking beginning to get him to come to this. I don't know. And Lestat to wake the fuck up and save Louis. Girl, like.
Yeah.
What is that? Villain, period. Louis is trapped by Armand, and now Daniel realizes just how deeply he's been trapped now as well. I'm shook for season 2.
We all are. Oh, shit is happening. Season 2 is going down.
Literally doing that. Armand purposefully put the books where only he could reach. Louis can't fly.
Which only plays into the fact that he can't read the book, so he can't account for. Oh my God, I can't stop.
Yeah, that's Louis telling us that what is happening is not true. It's like the battered wife mentioning it like, "Hi, can you help me? I'm pretending to be happy while I talk to you over here. Can you please get me the fuck out of here?" Yeah. He needs the book to be released so that Lestat will come and save him. Oh my God.
I like where this is going.
Was the sub the whole time. Turns out he's the power bottom from this. Armand is allowing to take the fall for outing vampires. See? Outing vampires to the world, and Lestat got to come to save him and Daniel. But what if saving him, they still out vampires and shit? Like, I really am so curious on how they're gonna work in Ankle and Akasha, and then how they're gonna work in like how the public learns about vampires.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
So excited. Armand ripped the pages out. It was Armand. Louis ripped the pages out about Claudia, and then Armand ripped the rest. Yeah. And how all the books and documents are up in the air knowing Louis can't fly. Yeah, exactly. That goes back to Armand. Come on.
You have to undo the.
Are you serious? Yeah. All right, fine. No, it's there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
That goes back to Armand saying once the book is out, there will be vampires scaling the walls of the building. Louis wants to be rescued. Armand wants to kill Lestat.
I like that. Hence why he'll allow it, because he knows Lestat is going to come. So I'm going to fuck him up when he gets here.
See, when you start talking about shit, you start unraveling. You see where the writers are taking some shit, and I love it. All right?
Yeah.
So a few episodes ago, I thought Louis was hiding his affectionate side to Lestat from Daniel on purpose, but now
I changed my mind. It's not on purpose. Yeah.
It's quick to hop in and stop Daniel as he was starting to uncover the truth from Louis. Yeah. He says, save Louis from himself, but I feel he is keeping Louis from uncovering the truth himself.
Yeah.
Great observation.
Child, ain't gonna have to.
I feel for his safety now, for real.
Gotta be careful there, Daniel.
Started having a breakdown when Daniel's question brought up his real memories about how he was acting during Lestat's death. PTSD moments, absolutely.
Well, not even that, but think about it. You've loved this person for so long. You were the one who slit his throat, and then to think that you're not going to come out of that, see that person, and not have a reaction to it.
Yeah.
Like that second reaction where you see him holding Lestat and he is fucking bawling.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
Realization.
yeah. You weren't standing there debating like, oh, we're not gonna throw him in the fire. No, you're like, we are fucking not doing this.
Like you attacked her. It makes sense. It makes
like you're good, and then it happens, and then you realize what you did.
Your psyche crumbles.
Yeah, 100%.
I did find it really interesting when I was watching it, because in the movie, and I don't remember the killing scene in the book off the top of my head at this very moment, but in the movie, she feeds him, you know, she gets the twins.
I had the same thought. I thought
she's the one who said, I'll put you in your grave, and slices his throat. She does everything. And
but
Louis
I
just
love
walks in.
that it was this, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This.
She sets it all up, and then she passes it off to Louis, and it's your fucking decision. Really, it's your decision. We're not going to do this shit anymore. We're not going to live in this fucking state of endurance anymore. You do this shit. And he does it. He moves forward.
I will say this, okay, because technically at this moment, we do have two different accounts of what happened. We have what was actually shown, him slitting his throat or whatever. The second account, you see him holding there. So technically, she was probably the one who did it. But he
altered the memory to make him think he did it. Oh, yes. Okay.
Exhibit number 1, Armand is the villain. Yep.
Louis wants to be rescued, right?
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Daniel is like Louis' therapist uncovering repressed memories. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Armand doesn't want those real memories to come up, which is why Armand steps in and exposes who he really is.
Yes. He's trying to save. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't like what you're talking about. Don't look over here. Don't look, look over here. Look over here. Look over here.
Hence why he started randomly floating.
Mm-hmm. And then reveals himself. Yeah. With how the story goes, there is no way Louis would be that in love with Armand knowing what will happen.
But
at the same time, and within the same episode or the previous episode, they just showed you how horrible things happened to him, and he still went back to Lestat. So not saying that, oh, he's never, but people make the same mistakes within their life. People have the same MO. People are kind of doomed to repeat the same mistakes until they learn their lesson.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that maybe he is reaching out for help within
He's trying this time. He's actually trying this time because he sees it, but he doesn't know how to get himself out of it. So the only way he can think of is trying to pull someone in, kind of like he did with Claudia. He pulled somebody in to help him get out. Yeah. And it happened to be somebody that he knows is going to like say some shit.
Expose. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's protecting himself. Yeah, you're right.
He asked about the pages.
Claudia said facts. Maybe Armand has mind control gift and deleted Daniel's memories. Yeah, Armand literally what?
Yeah, agreed.
Well,
think about it. The whole time he can't remember.
Oh,
he started having dreams
Daniel's.
randomly, and then he literally from last episode, Louis is like, let him sleep, let him dream. Louis knows what's happening and he wants it to happen.
I wonder what was also in
but
the
Armand doesn't know.
So it's interesting that after that, his memories are unlocked.
Right. Another reason why when he was Rashid, whatever, and Louis like, no, bring the doctor here. Don't leave.
Oh,
that's why I'm so ready to rewatch because there's so many moments. Like in the moment, we don't know what's going on because we're so consumed with the story and the retelling.
Trying to,
And now it's like, oh, let's go back and nitpick because
I'm literally the epitome of manipulate, mansplain, man whore.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a whole setup.
Yeah.
The way Daniel clocked Louis' inconsistency since episode 1, Louis not considering himself abused, not remembering certain details.
He tried to tell him this whole time. He's been trying to, hey, this ain't the same story.
Which
why? Because he even said, it's like, why are you coming back now and changing things of the story?
Yeah. And then that's when they have the whole conversation about, well, memory is unreliable.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a beautiful setup to this kind of a thing.
Sure. Unreliable.
Oh, I was going to say something. Louis was so much PTSD with his brain has changed the events in order to deal. Absolutely. That's a possibility as well. I really just want to know about what happened in the 70s with Daniel. Right. So that's one thing. I need to look at the timeline of things, right? So like in the books and in the movie, everything starts in like the 1700s, and then all this stuff happens, and then there's this huge like I'm like like time period, and then he meets, and that stuff's in the 90s or whatever, and then this shit's happening here. So like everything's a bit more scrunched down. So I don't know. I'm just the kind of thing where I'm that nerd that's going to need to create a fucking timeline. Okay, so who met who, when, and where? Like, but I will, oh my God, I'll be that asshole that creates the graphics and puts them on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok for stupid timeline TikTok.
She's going to make them to help us out.
We're going to go through the interview with the vampire television show timeline. Because I need to, I'm a weirdo. What were you going to say?
No, because I'm thinking about this whole PTSD thing. Because let's say, for instance, Armand is messing with his memories for his own personal reason, but the PTSD that he's having isn't necessarily messing with his memories, although he's probably thinking that is messing with his memories. But his PTSD is really that his entire body shuts down because these moments are so intense, and he's never been able to actively deal with the feelings.
Of course I'm streaming.
That he can't even function.
I'll text you.
Like he can't function because he doesn't know how to deal with the feelings. Like I'm sure most of us have been in situations where the feelings are so strong, we literally shut down. And he's gotten so used to shutting down. And I think that's what happens. Hence why he goes to the garden, because he's starting to shut down, because he's starting to feel those feelings again.
100%.
So it's like there's so many.
That's why I really like the fact that a lot of people are saying more. It's not just fight or flight. It's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn.
Yeah. There's
more ways to, like, some people, something bad happens and then they just sort of freeze and let whatever is happening happen, and then their brain processes it. Right. Some people will fawn and just give you whatever you're asking for, do whatever they need to make this situation fucking go away.
Yeah.
And then they will fucking process it, or they will bury it and not process it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't process shit. So
the Lestat Armand fight next season is going to be crazy. I think that's why, another reason why they showed the fight between Lestat and Louis, to let us know.
And that's him doing it to someone he loves.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, quotations around the word love, but still.
Louis Armand and Daniel has become Lestat with Claudia and Louis. There is a reason he is withholding. Yeah, I'm starting to see that parallel 100%. The more and more we talk about it, the more and more I'm like, this is the same situation. And it's like what I said earlier. He's pulling in somebody to help him get out. Yeah, 100%. My girl Claudia ain't going down without a fight season 2. You know it.
I can't wait to see. I feel like they clearly show that Claudia and the woman die or whatever, but I feel like they really kind of, especially in the book, they like glanced over that shit. They made more of a deal of like walling him. I mean, they showed it, but I don't know. I just like
it wasn't
the book. It like hits you in the chest.
Yeah.
Shit. And it's like it's a big deal in the movie, but not as much. So,
but I think at that point in the movie, you got so much happening.
They make more of a deal of him going and burning down the spot, the theater.
Yeah.
His rage afterwards.
Right. Yeah. I'm holding out hope that maybe Claudia is still alive and is just isolated. I don't know. I just don't want her to only exist in memories.
I mean, that would be such a major change, though. That would be.
Part of me feels like it could possibly work out depending on how they lay out the second season.
I feel like she would have to pop up like in season 5 or 6 or some shit like that when real shit is popping off with the whole, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Then when all these people are like converging and like Avengers assemble, you know what I'm saying? That shit.
Claudia comes out of nowhere with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, Claudia is too good of a character to die. Yeah, I don't think they know they have a good character, but I don't think they realize how epic she has become.
What are you
especially
doing? You make your character too good.
Exactly. Within this show, like, especially the actress who's playing her right now is like, she gotta stay. She gotta stay. I'm sorry.
Bailey is killing.
Girl.
Girl. Why is it that when people fall in love with Louis, they have to do it obsessively? This man can't catch a break.
He just.
I will say that hurt people tend to gravitate towards each other, but just like a battery, there's two ends to each of that battery. One is a negative and one is a positive, and sometimes they magnetize towards each other because these people who are that positive side, who are tracked, they see, they sense, they find these people who will allow them to do this shit. Because the next person, you will do it. They may allow it once, but then they won't allow the rest of it. So what is it, Julie? What's the matter?
When Dad was getting tacos, I forgot to give him a hug.
Oh, do you want hugs and kisses? Daddy went to go get tacos.
All right, guys. Right now we're gonna have a little dilly break.
She needs hugs and kisses.
She needs hugs and kisses.
She has tacos. It's okay, Mama.
What happened?
Daddy knows you love him. He will be back in just a few minutes.
Oh, Papa went to go get tacos.
Yeah, and she didn't give him a hug and a kiss before he left, and she feels bad.
Oh.
That's
on the rewatch, the ending was insane. Bit of acting, Louis, strange smile, Armand looking very villainous. I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I feel like I was so caught up that I didn't see that part. We'll come back to that.
No, it was very much like Louis blink twice. Like, someone said that in the comments.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love them setting season 2 during World War II.
It is interesting because it feels like a World War. Yeah, like it's interesting.
So House of the Dragon is over. Interview with the Vampire is over. What are we gonna watch now? Andor is amazing as well. I know I haven't watched it. Andor is on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I've been there's a few shows I've been saving. I know somebody actually posted a whole list. Thank you for that list. I think it was Rem posted a whole list of shows that we can definitely get into.
Because when you were all up on it, it was in clear. I guess whatever.
There's definitely a few shows that both of us have watched, one of us have watched. So definitely keep commenting whatever shows you want us to watch, because we watch all of them. We love rewatching and watching.
Hold on 1 second. Let me text Dan and then I'll talk to you more about that.
Go for it.
She watches the Star Wars stuff. Like, I don't hate Star Wars, but I just
like we've both watched Loki. We'll probably rewatch that because we want to do a podcast about it. I know as far as Marvel, like season 2 of Moon Knight is coming, so we'll watch that. Other shows like we're currently gonna do Lovecraft Country. If you guys are interested in that, we're gonna watch that. I'm trying to think of other shows. The Witcher, other spin-off series is coming out. We'll probably watch that. I know there was a release of, you gotta go back up because we didn't get to the next.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I know that
we were looking at it, but there's nothing coming out in wintertime. And when we were doing the podcast originally, we were like, okay, well, we'll take a break time in December. But then we started doing the YouTube instead, and it's just been great. And we really enjoy it. So maybe we can backtrack some. I don't know.
Find some shows. I know. What was the one show on Prime with the witches? Why did I forget the name of this show?
Oh, A Discovery of Witches?
No, we ain't watching that show.
I was going to say, like...
That was hard.
Because we keep having this discussion. We can't keep watching shows that we just think are great. And it's all, this is great! Like, we just keep telling everything is so awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Discovery of Witches.
We gotta watch
I was
something
trying really hard. Really, I finished the season. I really wanted to like it. It really started off well, but then it just...
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. Like, okay, now I'm questioning when Armand will really actually appear in the interpretation. He could have been in New Orleans having heard Louis call out for Claudia just like Bruce.
Oh, and there it goes. Finally, okay. Oh, is it raining outside?
It is raining outside.
Sorry.
Yeah. Who knows? He could have been there the whole time.
That's very interesting.
That is an interesting point.
Oh, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, this Antoinette character who wasn't really in, she could be a foreshadowing of the woman that Claudia finds. I wonder if they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Anyways,
but
yeah,
it makes sense because they keep putting like Antoinette, Bruce, they putting these people in there and letting you know like there are other people out here.
And she wants more people in her life.
And being that they can listen to each other's thoughts, it does bring up that valid point of what if these other vampires, Armand, for instance, have been there the whole time, they just don't know it. Like, that is a very valid point.
I feel like Lestat would have known it, but he would have kept it secret because he's like...
I don't know, because he's so consumed with them right now. People are also making theories about whether or not if Lestat really did let go of Louis when they were in the sky, or if it was Armand throwing Lestat off the tower and he just messed with the memories. Again, when we were watching that episode and we were talking about it after, I was telling you, I was like, it's very interesting that they're doing it from Claudia's perspective where she can't actually see the whole thing, but they show you specific things. Exhibit number or exhibit B, why Armand is a villain.
Throwing him.
Because he picks him up.
Or if it was Armand throwing Lestat off of the tower and he just messed with his memory.
Because think about it. It's Claudia's perspective. She can't see them up in the sky. At the point in time, she's in the house. Or she's running after them and she goes and she sees them fly up.
So wait. Daniel's reading this information out of a diary and recounting it.
Exactly.
And Louis is conversing with him about it and confirming the information. So that would mean that Armand would have to fabricate the diary as well as fix his memories of it. Because she's not the one describing the fall and being up there and getting his ass. She's describing the fight throughout the house. They're in another room. She can hear their voices and they're like, don't come in here, everything's fine. And then you see them up there and he drops him because
he said, let me go. And he said, okay.
Hmm.
But also, because another thing that he mentions is like, oh, you're trying to tell me that you went around the world, and it's valid to your point, finding these diaries, or you just kept them the entire time yourself. He questions, where did these come from?
Oh, so Armand
He's
could have
questioned
fabricated
all
the
this shit
fucking
the whole
diaries.
time.
Oh
And he's
my
just like,
God.
and he's not.
There's no comments. We just keep like
I
there's
know.
comments.
Okay, next comment.
Sorry.
Sorry. I think the reason Louis' first interview showed Lestat in a negative light was because Armand had more control over him then. But as he grows older and gets stronger, the control lessens. True.
That would make sense.
But that also would.
Because he's also feeding off of Armand, which means he's getting more powerful blood to him on a regular
But what
basis.
if
It does
he's
matter who
feeding
he
off
feeds.
of Armand and he's starting to have glimpses of this is what really happened, this is not what happened?
That would be interesting. I would think that Armand could control that. If he could control other people's memories, he could control his own memories being transferred into other people. But if Louis is consistently feeding off of Armand, he's getting like stronger.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Literally. That lets you know Louis is that one.
Oh, I guess she was tagging somebody else.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Becca Jung? What?
I mean, so much of the series is in major changes. Why not Claudia too? Armand is clearly isolating Louis from the world.
Yes.
Who's to say she is actually really gone? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the future, when this big event happens and all of these vampires are coming, I'm trying not to give too much away. It's like all of a sudden vampires that nobody's seen in like so long, all of a sudden Claudia pops up. I would not be surprised at this, right? And I wouldn't be mad either.
I love the route that they're taking because it's almost like the books that we have read is a possible version of history that has been tampered with. So they're giving us a new version of history, but it's still very much the same, but very different. So it's like everything is left up into.
Well, the reason I always love the books is because it's one storyline, but it's a big story that's been told to you from a bunch of autobiographies of different people, and all of their stories kind of intersect with each other.
Yeah.
Right? But they're autobiographies. They're all writing it from their own perspective. So while on like there's certain things with a letter between two vampires, and when one vampire is like he's trying to get this woman to love him, and then she never leaves a note, so he leaves and they don't see each other for so long, and then come to find out in her book she did write a letter, but it fell behind something and he never got it. That kind of thing. So like it makes it really interesting because then you can interpret it in all these different interesting ways.
Oh wait, what was that?
Oh, did we not?
No,
I thought I read it.
No, not that one. This one.
Oh, that's what I was clicking on.
Unless it's Brian, that could be the
he's...
same as the sun. Not. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh my God, at Henry Cavill leaving Witcher. I know.
Do we want to have a brief timeout of this? Okay. Do we want to talk about this? Do you want to talk about this?
We can talk about it at the end.
Okay.
We'll stick a pin in that
I'm
gonna put a little star on that
so
one.
We can come back. We still gotta watch it after the show.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get through some of you guys'. Season 2 in Europe during World War II and the Holocaust is going to be epic with the subtext and the metaphors and the reconsidering how they will do Claudia's death.
What's the matter?
Can
you untie that for
her?
Say
hi, Dilly Bean.
Hi.
All right, what's next?
Okay, Mayfair Witches. The Mayfair Witches come out in January, so.
I did cross under and then pull.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Go.
Good job, baby.
You're all set. Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
I did cross under the pool.
Oh, that's so great. Lestat suggesting Antoinette join their marriage as if Louis isn't a whole gay man who is right. Why he keep doing that? He keeps doing that. Like literally keeps doing that.
Like,
I'm sorry, but I slightly got annoyed. I'm like, do you not know who you're with?
Like, if this was an option, we would have had a conversation about it the first time around. It was a flat ass no the first time around.
Oh,
Don't
no,
come
it wasn't
back.
a no the first time around. The first time around, you were like, let's do this. And I was like, all right. And I went and had fun and you got mad.
That's true. That's true.
You got
Again, I need to rewatch the whole thing.
He got real mad.
Oh, A Discovery of Witches books are good. The show is not good. The
No.
actors had no chemistry. That's
None.
it.
I was
That's it.
so mad.
It was like, yeah.
It made me not want to read the books. I was like, what is this? What is this? Like, I love the concept, the idea, the execution.
It's the flip flop of what was that show on oh my god, about vampires on wasn't on HBO. True Blood. True Blood. The show was so good, but the books were horrible. Like, I tried to start reading the first book and I got maybe 2 chapters in. It was like, I can't do this. Like,
I love
should do Watchmen. I never watched Watchmen.
Okay, I haven't either. Down.
Oh, you never
We'll do
watched
it.
Watchmen?
No, it's on my
I'm
list.
shocked. Okay, cool.
And it's one of those things where it's like some shows I personally don't want to watch while everybody else is watching.
Okay.
Because so many people are talking about it. Like, for instance, House of the Dragon. If we weren't doing this podcast, I would have waited because memes, all this stuff, everybody's talking. Like, I
would have been so sad if you had waited, because I would have been like, no, I need you to talk about this show with me.
But also being able to sit here and binge it and enjoy it for what.
Oh, true. I think we should still sit down and binge it because we watched it like weekly or whatever. And now I need to just watch it through.
Yeah, no, that's not. This is probably unrelated, but please go listen to Jacob Anderson's music. That man is talented. Will do.
I have not listened to it, but I did hear that he makes R&B music in England or something, and I was just like, oh, I need to. Yeah. And she's done. She's like, oh, don't do this to me.
Listen, the other day I'm in the car listening to like 112 Drew here. Oh man.
Don't talk to millennials about R&B. No, everything is on Armand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If there were other vampires in New Orleans that could be when Lestat suddenly wanted to leave. Before then he would have wanted to stay, but after one of those signs is when he decides they need to pack up. True, because the whole time they're being like,
all this witchy stuff is there, but then this one guy
still
comes
chilling.
up and is like, oh, make me a vampire. And now he's like, oh, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But he's really feeding on Armand, or was that another stunt for Daniel? There was no blood on Louis' mouth.
That just means he's cleaning. I mean, he's eating cleanly.
I'll let you know when I rewatch.
You know, it's really funny, actually. Like, I've always wondered why. I mean, it's one thing when they're all ravenous and going crazy, like after the party or whatever. But on a regular basis, when they're just eating, there shouldn't be blood everywhere. You shouldn't. I mean, if you're so in love and the blood is like a drug to you, no, you ain't letting a drop spill. You're getting every bit of it in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that, it makes sense to me. I'll be getting it in a minute. Thank you.
All right, so how many vampires are in the tower compound with them that we have not seen? Who was Armand talking to?
Good point. I mean, because he ran that whole theater thing.
Yeah, I want to know who he was on the phone with too, because when I saw Daniel people, I'm like, that's random that he's on the phone outside on the balcony.
If you're old enough and you're powerful enough and you drink from the right people, you can withstand the sun. So, That's what I mean.
Which goes in like another reason why probably Daniel never questioned if he was a vampire or not, because he's standing out in the sun.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
Hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. That's okay. Because now I'm thinking about Akasha
and
this whole thing about feeding from her.
I need to reread all of the books.
Sorry, my mind just started going, and I'm like, wait, there's this whole thing. So I'm wondering about that,
because our
I don't want to give a spoiler away.
Armand knew Marius before he knew Lestat.
That's
before
what I'm
Lestat
saying.
knew Marius.
For
That's
my
what I'm
book
saying.
people, hopefully you're kind of starting to follow what I was thinking, because I don't want to give it away for anybody who haven't read the book and maybe possibly something that could slowly start coming.
They moved the timeline up to make it now. Yes! That would make sense. Why they changed the timeline.
I think she just figured out where I was going.
I can't right now. I can't. This is so much fun. Okay, sorry.
When we get there, we'll remind you of this moment. Because is it possible that the building is Armand? Yeah, I think it's Now that there's some things in that building that we are not going to talk about because it is a huge spoiler. But if you read the books, I think we go in places. The which show you wanted to remember is thank you, Wheel of Time. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
We could rewatch that one. We watched that and we did that one as a one-off. We did a deep dive on the first season on our podcast when the podcast was like brand new.
We did not read the books, so don't get mad at us if we don't know what we're talking about.
We just analyzed the show itself for its the actors, the writing, stuff like that. It was interesting.
I think season 2 should be coming up in December as well, so that's another option. Of a show that we could possibly watch.
I feel bad. I definitely that's how many book readers are in here? How many books have you read and been in love with?
The actual show?
Well, I mean the show. How many of those books have you reread because you love them so good? How many books do you have on your shelf that you plan on reading that have been there for 10 years? Let's be honest.
You still ain't even read the first page.
Sorry,
same. Lestat was in France during the Revolution and would have seen the executions of Louis the
Marie Antoinette. Oh, and that would have been why he wants the throuple with Louis and Antoinette. That's funny. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
That's funny.
I love y'all. Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry.
Y'all still want Louis to be
Do y'all still want Lestat to be Endgame?
Yes and no.
I want them to get what they want.
Right. Yeah.
I want it to make sense in the story.
Right.
I think that people hate that right now, and that makes perfect fucking sense. But I don't think that people will hate him as much later. Or he could be that tool, because Lestat really is an anti-hero.
Yeah, but if I'm really thinking about it, I don't think they are made for each other.
No.
Even if they are...
They don't get back together.
Even if they are, if Lestat is at his best and Louis is at his best, I don't think they would work. I don't think they would.
They could definitely be friends. But take a long ass time.
Yeah.
All except the last one.
I think she might be. I don't know. Maybe she's replying. I haven't. That's it.
the books or watched the movie. So
and this is why we don't want to give away spoilers.
Yeah,
we don't want to ruin it for you. So, girl.
Okay, so now that the show is done, you have to go back and watch the movie because it's nothing like this. And there's parts of it that are going to piss you off, but at the same time, it just was a moment.
First of all, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt in their prime.
Kirsten Dunst
as vampire, like
not in her prime, but being just amazing at 10 years old, like maybe 12.
Like I remember, well, I would say when he's older and he's doing Mission Impossible, and so many people are like in love with Tom Cruise, and I'm like, I don't know why you're in love with him, but then I think about Interview with the Vampire, and I'm like, no, I know why you in love with that man, 100%.
What just happened?
The book fell.
Oh God.
So definitely
African kingdoms just slapped me. So
the ancestors. So yeah, I'll definitely go watch that. Let's see. The version was that.
Yeah, this person's like, do you still ship Lestat? And they're like, this version of Lestat I'm shipping. He had me hooked when he talking to the poker table.
Right. Yes.
The humbling of Lestat. That's
we gonna sit on that.
We'll see. I'm really interested to see how they do it. So we'll see. We'll see.
All the books except the last one. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't read the last few, the newer ones that came out. Like I read all of the books when I was in high school. And then I read a couple of the later books in college, like Blood and Gold, when they started merging the witch books and the vampire books together. I read a couple of those, but I need to reread all of them.
I'm
really
rereading / listening to them because I'm like, ooh. I know that I feel like there's so much I'm probably already missing just because it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely diving right back into it. Cheers to Sam and Jacob for having the chemistry and the commitment to create such iconic characters, beautiful, toxic, extravagant. Yes. Yeah. Like
I talked shit about Sam Reed in the first episode. I will not do that again.
I mean, yeah, no, the devotion to the character, like this is top tier acting. They literally dove in, was like, you know what, fuck it, let's make something epic.
And not gonna lie, when they announced Jacob Anderson was gonna be on the show, I immediately was like, fuck yes. That man deserves to keep going on television, please.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you delivered and then you gave me dessert. So I'm really
Yep.
Claudia's line, his love is a small box he keeps you in. Ooh. To Armand as well.
Yeah. Easily.
Like the excitement in not knowing what will happen next. Actually, okay. Wait until after season 2 to watch the movie. If you don't know anything and you want to keep it, then definitely wait until after season 2 and then watch the movie and then you're fine.
Yeah.
And definitely
we'll see.
I'm an advocate for always reading the books. I'm always going to tell people read the books. They're always a completely different experience. They give you insight into what the people are thinking that's never exposed on movies and TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely think you can probably start reading the book and then up until this point, just stop.
That's a good idea, actually.
Just stop.
Just stick a thing in your book and you're fine.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, really? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I can't put a book down. Yeah, like that.
Let's see. Yes, it was Kristen Dunst's first.
And she turned that out. I was right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oops. You don't keep Sam and Jacob apart for long. They will change events in the book for the show. That's an interesting way to put that. I like that.
Yep.
Need to win those Emmys.
Emmys all around. This is the new hot show. They finna take over.
Are inseparable.
Yeah.
The genre show on AMC doesn't keep Sam Reed and Jacob Anderson for getting all the awards they deserve for this. You have a good point.
Listen, can we all just agree that we'll watch the Emmys? If they're not nominated, we need to start fucking up Twitter everywhere.
Fucking up Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We should definitely do like a live stream of the Emmys.
Oh my god.
Or at least the nominations, the Emmy nominations when they get announced. Won't have many scenes with Jacob and Sam together, which sucks. I love seeing them on screen together. Yeah, but then that you're gonna get to see Jacob and Claudia interact with other people, and that could get really interesting.
Yes.
Now we get to see the development of the relationship between Louis and Armand.
Mm-hmm. Discovering of other vampires and how they view the world.
And an even closer relationship between him and Claudia developing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or the possible strife that they had in their relationship when they set off the missing pages.
That's true. You guys listening to the podcast?
No, I haven't. And I've been waiting so that way I could rewatch and start listening to the podcast to get a little bit deeper. I didn't want, just like how you haven't read the books and you haven't watched the movie, because we are watching. Yeah, there's a podcast attached to it. I didn't want any type of influence. Like, I haven't been on Twitter. I've been staying away from Twitter and everything because I want to enjoy it first for myself. And then I'll go start looking at stuff and theories and whatever, because I want to see it first.
Yeah, I got you. Love Bailey revealing Sam and Jacob are inseparable and go for ice cream walks along the beach together.
Oh my god.
That's like whenever you see what are the actors that play Vecna and Eddie from Stranger Things, when they take like their
my god,
their pictures and stuff together. I
my
love
heart.
the romance.
My heart.
But also, it makes perfect sense for that, because how are you gonna portray somebody who's in love? You have to develop some kind of. I mean, some actors can go on that shit and just like, here I am, boom, there's the perfect amount of love and affection.
True, but I think like when you do that, you do have to have a certain type of intimacy with a person, because you're going to be doing all of these very intimate, open, being vulnerable, whatever. So there's a security there. So of course, let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah, and I don't know their sexual orientation. So imagine like, you need to be comfortable with each other.
But I also think like back when we were in high school, or even when I was in college, and you're doing a play, you're constantly together. So it's like, I'm finna go do this. Let's go do this thing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's go do this thing.
We love it too, Charles.
Yes. Do you guys watch the season 1 behind the scenes video? Well, if you're talking about the after, yes, we're about to watch after the episode.
It was there a separate? Oh no, there is a separate thing.
Oh, the episode 81.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet. I was gonna wait. But let's go ahead and get into the after show.
Here, you do this. I really have to use the bathroom. I've been holding it for like half the episode. I shall be back.
Ah! You want me to wait for you?
No.
All right. So, not waiting for her. We'll watch the after the episode. Let's see what's going on.
Theoretically, it can be done. But could it be done by us to him? Could the children murder the father?
Episode 7. The thing lay still. We were promised the death of Lestat, and so we must kill Lestat. Slowly, Claudia makes a pitch.
I have a plan, and it's going to take both of us.
And she has to take the lead because Louis is too close to Lestat, and at this point, too weak.
The plan only works if he's distracted.
She does what any good plotter does. She makes it ultimately turn out to make Lestat think that it's his idea.
If we starved ourselves for a night or several nights prior, the hunger would be transcendent.
A meal fit for.
But I also think during this whole episode, he's plotting the whole time too.
Yes, maybe then I will buy this idea that let's go out with a bang. Let's not be these hiding, shrinking vampires. Let's leave a room full of bodies and get on out on the last train. But Louis, you got to open your heart back up to him. That is the thing that lying stop more than anything.
Yes, dance before the feast.
It is the swooning height of the uber romanticism of ours, is this dance in front of everybody and this kiss. Lestat cannot help himself. He's so in love with Louis. But in the middle of the party, we are picking our victims out. We're going to have the great feast of our life, so it can't just be one victim. It's got to be like one of these horrible tasting menus where we're just going to gather up all these people that know we have the fountain of youth and come back to our after party.
Would you like to know the secret of immortality?
Well, of course, my dear. Who would?
There they are, but they are there only as the grand plan. Get Lestat looking this way, and now we have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, later. He's empty.
No
Not
nerve.
for a long time.
Most of them are sort of the ugly ones that we have seen throughout. But then look at the twins, right? We all know the books about go to the twins, go to the twins.
You broke up the pair.
I know you wanted them both, but Louis couldn't resist.
I'm sorry, my love.
And then there's this mysterious man in the tuxedo. What is that all about? Very strange little detail there. And, you know, you guys are all savvy. You know, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Can't be that easy.
Can't be.
So you have that reversal. I've always known Antoinette.
I
was out
love
there.
that response. You guys are clever. It
They
can't be
played
this
everybody's
easy.
sort
Yeah.
of arcs.
Mm-hmm.
No one
Don't
quite
treat
knew
your
everything.
audience stupid.
Yeah.
That's why this is a good show.
Claudia knew that eventually if we put Tom Anderson in there, make him drink a poisoned blood, he would go after Tom Anderson.
He who called you.
They don't quite know totally how to kill a vampire, but they think that'll do the job.
Always the petty slights with you, Uncle Les.
Back to Dubai, Malloy starts asking questions, and some very probing questions.
Mhm.
What actually did happen that night?
So what did you do with it?
It's very, very simple. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to clean up your debt. You're supposed to put the vampire in the incinerator. Why didn't you do it?
There's a feeling that she hated your guts there for a while. Why is that? The girl did not have a fucking problem tossing him on the grill, okay?
The sun's coming up.
No.
We have to burn him.
No.
It's the only way we'll know.
No!
Yeah.
I said no! And I think
And the
Louis is
fact that he,
remembering
like,
for the first time in a long
Put
time.
his hands on her the same way
This is the
Lestat
same
put
shit that
his
happened in
hands on
San
her.
Francisco.
It forces the vampire Armand to jump in.
This time I won't save your life.
Notice how his eyes change at the same time too. I caught that
It's not
before,
like
and
he
I was
just
like,
to
is
protect
it
Louis
me?
from maybe going apeshit and killing Malloy. I think there is a story that has been told to Louis, that Louis has told to himself, that maybe Armand has told to him too. For those of you who haven't read the book, this is a major player out there, folks. This is the leader of a coven of vampires, the one who is very, very powerful. So yeah, that last line, we were sort of looking for like the ending to The Graduate, this sort of very unsettling, wait, what?
Oh, careful.
I'd like you to meet the vampire Armand.
These shows. These shows are crazy.
They
The love
are. You
of my
look really
life.
cute.
And I think it really sets us up for a very provocative season 2.
What are you watching?
Well, frankly, I think that just confirmed everything
Wow,
that we just
where
talked
were
about.
you
Yeah.
watching?
We were watching a TV show about vampires.
I hate vampires.
Do you? You watch a show with vampires on there.
You watch Monsters. You watch Super Monsters.
Yeah.
Isn't there a vampire on there?
Yes.
Yes.
But he's nice, but
But he's,
But he's
nice.
Exactly.
yeah, but real, but that was by the TV. But if it's cities, they're real. And when they find you, you're turned into a vampire.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's on TV.
Oh. Armand was using contact lenses. Did he literally like take them off right there? Like, did he float and was like, while he was floating?
What was I watch? Okay. I hate this. I hate that I'm referencing Twilight right now. But there's a point where they wear contacts, or she had to put contacts in, and I think they like burn away or some shit. It was So contacts, I could see that happening. 100%, I could see that happening. About Louis' memories, the show when it said, I think there is a story that has been told. Right. Yeah.
I popped that up. She quoted this guy, and I was
like, he's plotting the whole time because Antoinette is already.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's one of the things, like,
because he can tell they're sitting around and they're not saying anything. You're clearly talking to each other. Like, he's not stupid, so he employs her.
Yeah, I think if you go back, because it's something that I've noticed in the show when you're looking at them and their behaviors, and he plays it off as, okay, this is how Lestat acts, but there's certain subtle moments that you can see where he is doing things, but he doesn't say things. Like the way when they're on the balcony, he says, oh, we should not eat for 3 days and we'll be like this. That's not just him going off the dome and thinking like, oh, this is gonna be great. No, He has a plan and he's setting up things. So he knows something's happening and something's going on. He ain't stupid.
He takes them out and takes off his clothes. I guess we didn't catch that because you're just like trying to listen to but that's the whole point of like, you have to watch shows that are really, really good like this. You watch them and then you wait to the end and you have to watch it through again because you miss tiny things like that all the time. It was in the background behind Daniel. Okay. I just like making fun of things. Like being an asshole every once in a while.
Oh, okay. I did not see them. I see that. Okay. Yeah, the whole reason why he maintained that affair was because he needed a person on his side.
Yeah.
To help manipulate. Yeah.
He uses people.
That's why he was like, that's how Louis knew that he wasn't in love. Like, I think Louis knew the whole time about Antoinette. Like, because he even said he's not in love with her. You hear him say it, and Claudia, you think that he is, but I know Lestat. I know how he acts. He's not. This is just a person to entertain him at the moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a wife who's been cheated on 1,000 times and doesn't want to leave the man.
True. Yeah.
And this is just him being him. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, he's not dumb. Especially, I mean, Lestat leans over and goes, Rosemary. Like, you think that Louis is not going to go, white bitch? Like, it's like... I like doing that to her.
Oh my God, I can't. Oh man. All right, let's go back to this last comment about Henry Cavill and not being on.
Okay.
Because we've had this conversation and I'm just like, whatever.
Because I was like, oh my God. Obviously he would have left the show for whatever his reasons are, but I never said that, oh, he definitely left the show for House of the Dragon. I'm like, but wouldn't it be interesting if now that he's left the show, HBO comes knocking and it's like, so you want the House of the Dragon money?
Yeah.
And like
but I definitely think he's Louis is Hillary.
Louis is Hillary.
I definitely think he has valid reasons of why he's no longer on The Witcher. And if you know how much he loves that show, you probably know why he left. And it has nothing to do with the money, maybe more so with the quality of the show and where they're going with the show. Because I'm assuming they're probably ended season, well, we're in 3, because they started filming earlier. So they're probably ending and might be starting to rev up for the next season. And homie's
They're
like,
scouting locations for season 4 probably at this point.
He's like, nah,
no thanks.
I'm good.
If he said that they're not scouting for locations yet. They're probably just like doing the contracts over for season 4. And he's like, I'll pass.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm Henry Cavill. I could go get
wherever the fuck I want.
Like, come on.
I do think that House of the Dragon is going to turn into more of an anthology series. Like, for now, we're going to have the Dance of Dragon, the civil war between the Targaryens, right? And that's probably, like they said, it's going to last anywhere between 4 to 5 seasons. But after that, I think that it would be House of the Dragon, Aegon's conquest. House of the Dragon, the Arm of Dorne, conquest, the whatever, they're going to do. Because you could keep, as long as they keep it within the Targaryen family, and there's so much that they could do with the Targaryen family, you wouldn't even need to do Bobby's Rebellion in a separate thing. You could make it a part of House of the Dragon because it would just be Aerys' reign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, whatever his name was, I don't give a shit. But so it's like, I'm very excited about that.
No, I think he got a lot of stuff in the works that are probably more fulfilling to him in the sense. Actually, no, strike that, because what I've learned from here, Cavill, is that he doesn't really care about the acting aspects. He there for the money, and I've heard him say that, and I'm not mad at it. But knowing that he's somewhat revived his Superman role, and people talking about him being on House of the Dragon and then doing some other stuff that might be coming up. I also have a tinkering feeling that he might be Bond, because Idris Elba isn't doing it. Which,
I wanted him to be Bond.
Yeah, but the way things, he is looking at the climate and he made a decision, and I understand that decision. Because when you sign a Bond contract, that's not a movie.
That's true.
It's like 10 years of your life. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
But it's the Bond. It's
yeah, but it being Bond is such a huge thing, and then you have this Black person coming in, especially when we're already getting all this stuff about Ariel being Black people in the MCU. He's gonna have to deal with that for 10 years.
I just think it's like, oh my God, Black people in the MCU, and it's just like,
they obviously don't read comic books, but that's a whole nother subject.
Okay.
They're saying that the writing
will be an
and
amazing
schedule,
James Bond.
Yes. They're saying that the writing and his schedule with some of the movies coming up. He just signed up for a Guy Ritchie movie, and they're looking. Yeah. I think it's just
Guy Ritchie doing?
He got some stuff coming up. I think he's looking at all the opportunities and weighing them out and realize that this isn't going to bring me anything. Yes, he would be an amazing James Bond.
He would kill that shit.
Y'all, what are we gonna watch? I need a show with the level of detail.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I still want to keep doing this. So much fun, especially because like my husband, it's football season, and I don't fucking want to watch the Jets. Like, I don't want to sit there and listen to football while I fuck around on my cell phone anymore. I'd much rather spend my afternoons here with this.
We're gonna have to find a show, guys.
So
we're gonna have to find a show.
Like Watchmen. I think Watchmen would be a great idea.
Yeah, we'll do Watchmen.
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing some stuff that had only one season at first, and then moving into other other things that they may only have one season, but their second season is coming up very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely want to do things like The Boys.
Oh
love
my God.
The Boys.
Oh,
Sandman. Now, I haven't started The Sandman. I would love to watch The Sandman. Have you?
I haven't. Yeah, Sandman. Oh, no. Well, that's why I haven't, because I know we want to watch it, so we haven't done it yet.
Okay, so let's do Sandman.
We can totally do Sandman.
See, I want to read more Neil Gaiman. Everything I watch from Neil Gaiman, I fucking love. So, like, I really want to start reading everything that he's put out.
He was going to replace Lulu with her
mommies.
I don't think he was gonna. Yeah,
that turned that woman. His fucking the fact that he was going to replace. I don't think he was ever going to replace Louis. She was a replacement for a moment. She was somewhere to like stick his dick for a while and let him sleep.
Yeah.
Like, and then he used her to his own benefit when he needed someone to be able to listen in on them because he couldn't do it. So it's like, I don't really think that he could ever replace Louis, even if he wanted to, even if he tried.
No. Kay says The Boys and Invincible. Listen, me and Sammy, Amanda's sister, have been trying to get her to watch Invincible. You want a show? Whoo, yes. Ooh, I thought it really played. Yeah, they're not gonna replace him. Invincible is the cartoon on Amazon Prime, basically the superhero cartoon that like the dad is all fucked up in the head, and his son like comes into his abilities and starts being a superhero. I don't want to give too much away.
Okay,
let's just say that. Well, it's that show was great.
She kept telling me how amazing The Boys was, and I was just like, okay. And then the season 3 was just about to come out, and I'm like, okay, so I'll just run through 2 seasons real quick. And I literally ran through 2 seasons in about 3 days. And then I was like, Dan, you have to, because my husband's like not into Marvel. He's not like into any of that stuff, which is like, whatever, do your thing. But I was like, no, this is the superhero stuff. And now he loves the show. He can't wait for that shit to come out. Fucking loves it.
Yes. And then the fact that next season we'll have Jeffrey Dean Morgan on it. First of all, okay. I
don't care what anybody says. That man is daddy.
I watched the show for Carl. Obsessed. Love the show. Great. Then they bring in Jensen. And now you bring in Papa Winchester. Where are my Supernatural fans at? Y'all, how we doing out there? Y'all doing good? Because I'm doing great. I'm so excited. So excited.
I can't wait to see how they make him look, because Jensen Ackles looked so good on The Boys. Like,
I was so happy that he was finally on a show where he wasn't restricted like the CW. Like, they can start doing stuff, saying whatever, dropping the F-bomb whenever we want.
Like,
and then
sex and stuff like that.
Finally watching him, I was just like,
how many times watching Supernatural, you just wanted him to drop an F-bomb
real quick.
Just once. He just say it. Like, you know you want to.
I just need
Jensen.
Like, come on. It was like, finally. Like, for my wrestling fans, every time The Rock came back,
she's like, where my Supernatural? We're doing damn.
Yeah. So you ever seen the moment where The Rock comes back? He's like, The Rock has finally come back.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Jensen on The Boys. It's like,
I want to smell what you're cooking.
Jensen over here is smoking weed like a mother.
Oh my God, I thought this. I loved it. I just loved every minute of it. I wanted more. I was like, it's not fair that TV is only like 7 episodes anymore. Like, I miss TV being 12, 15 episodes, but I get it. Everything's like $2 billion. Like,
Girl, oh my God, guys. Yeah. We're gonna wait on that.
So Sandman, and also I had the idea. Like, how do you guys feel about us doing some like Reddit "Am I the asshole?" reactions? Because personally, I sit around reading those things with my husband, and oh my God.
Yeah.
I would love to do some of those.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would definitely be fun. Have you guys watched I've heard of the show. I've never watched that show. I used to be obsessed with Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh my God, the Sci-Fi Channel when we were in high school.
Oh my God.
What was that show called? Eureka?
Yeah. Eureka. I was watching that randomly one day.
Get under 10 episodes and then, yeah.
Wait, hold on. What is this? Jay, that's top secret show we can't let get out. It's too good. Yeah. Let's see what you got going on. I mean, if we're only going to get under 10 episodes, it should be
all be good. I agree with that.
Hands down delivered. I feel like you guys would agree, but I feel like this has been from the shows maybe tied a little bit, but hands down, this has probably been my favorite show this year. I don't think anything
one of them
is on the level of creativity and bringing, innovation to a story that you've seen, putting a great spin on it that makes sense to the source material, to the fans. Like, no other show has been this great.
Period.
Period. Yeah.
The Boys was The Boys season 3 was damn good. Dude, when he's inside a penis and he's just like, me and my husband still talk about that shit.
We have an ongoing joke at the gym because I got my boss to see it at the gym and everybody freaked out about it, but now we just look at each other and we're like, it's the funniest thing ever. Oh my God.
But that's more like sitcom TV, right? Back in the day?
No, back in the day, everything used to be 22 to 24 episodes.
You
would have like half, because remember, shows used to start in August to like November, December-ish.
Like The Walking Dead would take that pause in between.
And then you would have the other half a season. We used to get what we call the filler episodes. So it's like, yeah. Can we talk about it though?
Did anybody else just like eat up when he was on Solid Gold and they just had him like singing and dancing on Solid Gold? I fucking died.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I found a YouTube channel where they fucking did Asian dubbing on all episodes, and they did the Asian dubbing of him on Solid Gold, and I could not. I'm like, I want to watch it with Asian dubbing for the rest of my life now.
Yeah, so much awesome.
The comics are wild. I've watched so much shit about the comics, and so much of the show has been changed, but a lot of people say it's for the better.
Yeah.
Homelander and Soldier Boy smash. No,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God.
And the whole thing about Black Noir in the comic, I'm just like, no, this is better. I honestly think this is better.
Some people say Claudia's accent is too forced, but I really just see it as more theatrical than anything, but it's just me. I see what people are saying, and I can feel that. Yeah. And some moments it's like, girl, leave it alone. Yeah. I think it's more so on some of the pronunciations and like delivering lines a certain way because you're trying to get convey a certain emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like if you don't have that accent, it could kind of like waver a little bit.
In his little robe.
Yeah. I mean, the Vampire. Look, I'm rewatching Vampire Diaries.
She just finished it, and we were up until like 11 o'clock last night talking about fucking Vampire Diaries.
Can we talk about how I'm rewatching, and I'm just like, why y'all so dumb? You're dumb. You're over here complaining about Damon the entire time. Damon was like, fine, I'm going to take a nap. Now y'all mad he's taking a nap. Really? Really? Caroline over here mad about Stefan because he left because he got the mark. Now you marked. Now you're like, oh, I understand. Really? You got 2 whole kids over here. You ain't finna leave for no kids. Yeah, you gonna stay with those kids. He know that. He ain't stupid.
She could probably do a whole stream
Oh
about
my God.
Vampire Diaries and how Bonnie was like fucked over, and oh yeah.
Why is Bonnie dying at end of every season? Why? Only to be bought back. Why every person Bonnie falls for is gone. I can't. I think I've seen rumors that they're trying to get Jared to come and do a cameo.
Jared.
He plays Sam in Supernatural.
Oh, Jared Padalecki.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would die. I would die.
Yeah. I'm fighting for Claudia, but sometimes her accent is a little forced. But you can tell she's tried her hardest to convey the emotions and trying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you got to remember, like when you are mad, that's when your true accent comes out. So if that's not natural to her and she's really in that emotion, she has to fight even harder to try to keep that accent in the moment.
To practice it. Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Who speak exactly like Claudia. It's regional. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, have y'all never seen Steel Magnolias, the original one? Listen to those bitches talk. And I know it's not the same kind of people, it's not the same time period and all that stuff, but it's pretty damn, like, that's why it never sounded weird to me. Like, I don't know.
Have y'all watched? Yes.
I haven't seen Legacies, no.
Can we? Oh my. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it. I have a bone to pick
on the writing on that.
I started watching it just because, and then kind of got into it, and then I got annoyed because I'm like, the same shit every season.
See, that was me with Dexter. Dexter was amazing up until like season 5, and then I was just like,
and they kept building up her character to be so great, but then what y'all do with it? Okay.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Me and Kay right here. We're good.
They could have stopped after they turned Elena, and it would have been good.
Yeah, because I definitely hated that whole season of, I want to be human, but I can't be human, so I'll just be a girl. Bye. Just stop.
American Shaman baddies would have never made an appearance. Am I missing something?
I think they might have been replying to something that we said.
Oh, Legacies?
Probably. No.
Okay, so 4 heretics dial early.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Responded to what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 4 heretics die literally siphoning a Phoenix Stone. Yep, yeah, Lizzie siphons literally God. Yes! What? When you set a foundation for a show, you're setting the rules. Don't go and change the rules. Like, I don't understand.
But still, yeah. Okay.
I'm so happy that show's over because I can't. That got really annoying. That last fight with the whole guys and everything was stupid. It was stupid. Like the whole last few, like, you have this whole storyline of you created this so basically nature has to be balanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Hope is the daughter of Klaus.
Okay.
And
you're talking about the originals?
Yes. He ends up having a daughter with Haley because, you know, I think you got to that part. Haley and him had this like random one night stand or whatever. She ends up getting pregnant, whatever. And they basically find a loophole.
Okay.
And she's born and she becomes the first tribid. So she is a witch, a vampire, and a werewolf. She's a heretic. Yes. Yeah. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down for this show.
That's what you're talking about, Legacies.
Yeah, Legacies.
Okay.
And
I'm like, because I had no idea what you were talking about for a minute there, but okay.
And so in order to keep the balance, this other creature was created who basically kills her. Whatever. There's always have to be a balance. They get rid of the balance, and now they're going to fight some gods. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. like, yeah, no.
I'm so confused. So confused. But go ahead.
What do we want to do next? Sandman? I'm so down for Sandman.
I think we got enough shows that we can just...
I've only watched the first half of the first episode. But I was like, you know what? I need to pay. Like, I was doing something at the time, and I was like, this is something I need to pay attention to. And I turned it off.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
we could definitely do Sandman. The thing that got me is the magic came from the flame of the gods. So nature is over here and just overcorrecting things humans are messing with because they have godlike magic. Like, the fuck?
Do Sandman. Everybody's like, Sandman.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll do Sandman.
Sandman next.
We'll do Sandman.
That sounds fun, to be honest, because Neil Gaiman is like...
Yeah, we'll definitely do
shit.
Sandman. But agreed. Yeah, like, shit just got messy.
I'm not watching The Witcher without Henry Cavill.
I'll watch it for you and let you know.
Nah.
How about that? If Liam does a decent job, I'll let you know.
I know. I was. She like gave me a spanking basically because I was like, I don't know about this Liam shit, and she was like, we said the same thing about Robert Pattinson with fucking with Batman.
We say the same thing with about both Jokers. Let's be honest. So
I know when you know Heath Ledger from 10 Things I Hate About You, and then all of a sudden he's gonna play the Joker, you're just like, but
it's the same thing.
Yes.
It's so I'm hoping, you know, those acting chops really do go from brother to brother. I've watched The Witcher.
For Yennefer. I love her.
No, I'm not sold on her.
I like her acting ability.
She's fucking annoying.
She is annoying, but I feel like she's evoking an emotion. Like I just want to be like, why can't you just do the right thing?
Like you do the right thing, then you change your mind, and then you do the right thing, and then you change your mind. Like, I love that you gave us the whole scene in the moment where he's like, mine. Thank you for that. But other than that, girl, bye.
Episode 5 of Sandman.
Okay. All right. Also wanted to say something about episode 6. Coming into this episode, you know, in the books, there is the whole slave rebellion thing on. Yeah. I think this is one of the other things that we were kind of talking about when we found out that Louis was going to be black. That's why we thought it was interesting because of the plantation. So going in, like Amanda dived into some of the history about Louisiana and how there were black, you know, plantation slave owners or whatever. So that's what we thought the route they were going to go down, which we were interested in seeing it play out, because that creates a whole nother host of situations.
But on top of it, there was I found an actual. I'm gonna try. Oh, NOLA.com. No. Here, Free People of Color.
So it was just an interesting thing that we wanted to
hold on 1 second
to see on the show, and we thought they would go with when we found out. who was going to play Louis.
Mm-hmm.
So can you bring that over there?
Yeah.
So when it didn't happen that way, we're like, okay, where are they going with this?
Right. Hold on.
This is interesting. Especially if we're trying to root it in some actual history.
So this is the information that I was basing it off of.
Nope.
Nope. Hold on. Damn it. Copy. Paste. All right, here. Here's the link to it, right? This way you can go straight to the page yourself. But it really talks about free people of color in the Americas, specifically to New Orleans between the years of 1492 to 1830. And technically, in the book and in the movie, it's talking about like the late 1700s. So that would have fallen between that time era. And it talks about not just people owning plantations, but the level of power that Black people and mulatto people had in the town of itself and the parishes surrounding New Orleans at the time period. And I found it very informative, very interesting. And I thought that that could be an interesting way of teaching people a snippet of history about a specific section of the United States that isn't normally told to people. We get a viewpoint of how people are, I mean, don't get it, clearly slavery is fucking wrong. People were treated badly. It's the entire thing is fucking disgusting. But there were pockets of society where they were allowed to own things and do things and all of that stuff. What?
No, continue. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. Because, side note. Oh my God, what if that was Armand, the male voice Louis' name at the Mardi Gras ball after your Antoinette? Yeah! Yeah, because we were sitting here like, who is that? Who is that? That is obviously somebody.
It was
important.
Yes, and someone else was like, he's been around for a lot longer.
He's been there the whole fucking time.
Okay. But it's just interesting. It shows like people in different positions of authority within the context of the time period that the book actually occurs in. So that's why, and they when I was looking this information up, the only thing that they had announced about the show were the actors who had been secured for the roles. Sam Reed as Lestat and Jacob Anderson as they hadn't even announced Bailey for Claudia yet, but shortly after. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, either way it could fold into this. So they never gave any hint as that they were changing the timeline of anything. So in my head, I'm thinking that they're sticking with the book or the timeline or whatever. So I go looking for information to form a theory as to how they're going to incorporate people of color into the storyline, because I found that interesting. So it did come off really fucking wrong in the book, and I watched it back and I'm just like, that is not how I wanted it to go. Like, because people were like, what, you want him to own slaves? I'm like, no.
It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not
but
like
I have said it's like sometimes it's like if you tell people that they've never owned anything, then they'll never take the time to learn about if they possibly did own something. Like it's taking information away from people is just another form of oppression.
Yeah.
Telling people that they've never had anything in the past, so don't bother to look for it, is another form of oppression. So that's the only thing that I was saying, and it did not.
It did not go
come off that way.
Sorry, guys. That's not what we wanted. Yeah, I guess I would have to embrace her character and her annoyances. Talking about Yennefer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. excited to see our reaction to Sandman. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Yes. I'm excited to watch it for you guys. Prostitution was the new plantation, and it was still a black man. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's
and
why
I think that's what we kind of figured out and accepted, and that's why
it just took a minute.
Like, okay,
it was just like
we're
in
confused.
the beginning.
This is not what we thought it was.
This is not. Yeah, and then I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
It just sometimes it's like when you. I don't like the view of an entrepreneurial black man as being a pimp. Like, because that is a stereotype in and of itself.
But we're also in a time period where stereotypes are being started.
That's a really good point.
So
okay,
it's a valid.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So cute.
You.
Thank you, baby.
All right, guys.
Oh, and look at that.
Oh my god.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh,
So
and I
good.
said we take it our walk.
Okay, I will.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and
I'll show you how. Just like this.
we're gonna go ahead and end it there, guys. We will come back
Okay, we
at
go-
some point in time to definitely
Okay,
watch
go
the
like
Sandman with you guys.
And then go like another thing, like this.
Oh, thank
7
you.
episodes was the
And then
season.
you
They
got
really.
my boat, okay?
I love you, baby. Give us a few minutes and we'll be
Mark,
finished.
we're gonna talk later. Oh,
to them.
Dylan. We'll.
Immortal Universe, she's powerful as fuck, and I love the transformation. Yes, I feel like she's one of those people that split people in half. I don't hate her. I don't love her, but I'm like, I fucks with you. That kind of thing. Like, she makes the show interesting, and I like her acting. So,
real quick with the comments, Louis is building his fortune off of black women selling it. Yes.
off of white men purchasing those black women.
There's so much to unpack there.
Like, and then I mean, yeah, just like.
7 episodes was the season. They really dragged out this crap.
I don't think they're dragging it out. It makes perfect sense because the book is so detailed. They're so like I feel like I'm not mad.
I'm re-listening because I started listening first, and not gonna lie, this book is taking forever.
Yeah. No, I tried to read it and I didn't.
I love this story, but I'm like, can we get to the good part? Like,
I love Louis, but you whine. Like,
Louis should be black anyway. I mean, Rice didn't write him that way. They need to quit using her name. This is fantasy of gay.
Ooh. Well, that's the thing. Anne Rice was an executive producer on the television show with her son, who's also an executive producer on the television show, and they were part of this right before she died.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's another discussion for another day. Talk about fetishizing other people. Like,
well, it's interesting because I think this is one of those points where it's like, does the background of the character matter? We're talking about interchanging races. You know, like having a black person play a white character, and vice versa. If the background of the character culturally does not matter, then anyone could play it either way.
No, that's absolutely true.
So this is something that...
And in Louisiana, everybody's Creole. A white person can be Creole. A black person can be Creole. And he does say that his like great-great-great-grandfather or whoever is the owner of the plantation. And he's clearly, because, I mean...
I was going to say, like,
looks
he's not...
he's been mixed at some point. And theory... What if the Louis that we know in the original book is his grandfather? Because it is further in time. I know that that's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's just like people are named after their relatives. He could be not the first Louis. The book is long. They've inserted a lot of filler. Yeah. Really toxic and rude.
Yeah.
I'm an Academy member. The producer has a fantasy about this and he's a weirdo. Put that one up. Okay. We don't know that. Anybody could say that.
Huh. Okay. The producer is attracted to black men. He inserted that into it.
I dated Kevin Huvane.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's a show. It's a show. It's a story that's being told, and just let it be told. I mean,
because you're sexually attracted to somebody, does that automatically mean that you fetishize that person?
We just like to enjoy the story.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. It's a story being told. It's a great story
Kevin
being told.
owns the CAA. Mac Turner. Okay. Thank you, Mac Turner. You have no way of being able to produce any kind of proof for this, so you're getting blocked, my friend. Have a good day. How do we block this person?
You have to take it off the screen. Oh.
Yeah. Can't prove any of that shit. Seems to fetishize people, and he likes to harass young, muscular men.
I have no comments. I have nothing to say to that. I can't.
Even if it's true, again, block that run as you should. Yeah, we have no way of knowing that anything that he just said was absolutely fucking true. And for all we know,
bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we just, yeah.
For all we know, you're just a troll, so.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Look forward to the podcast episode coming soon.
No promises as to when. I made that mistake before.
We have to rewatch the whole thing.
That's true. Then we have to sit down with each individual episode and like write down all the notes. Then you got to record it. Then you got to edit it. So like,
and we want to bring you like top-notch quality. So we gonna do that. So see y'all later. Bye.